Happy hump day, everybody. I am back. Give me 1 second while I pull up my chat. I hope you're all well, happy, healthy, wealthy, and abundant. Hello, hello. And thank you for liking. Mary Jane, hello. Irene, hello. Angelica, hello. Doctor, hello. Andresa, Rachel, hey, hey. Mystical, hello. Nana, hello. Venice. Blue butterfly, hello. Hold on, I gotta put my glasses on for this one. I don't know. Mina, I'm just gonna say Mina. Thank you, babe. LT Spiritual, hello. Stephanie, hello. Jean, hey. I was gonna come on Monday, but we went bowling and did all kinds of stuff on Sunday, so I was just tired. Diamond Girl, hello. I'm good. How are you? My grandbaby was running in circles, or running me in circles tonight. Culture, hey, yes, ma'am. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spots. And let it fill up, and then I will begin. Jazz, hey, hey. Alright, 7 spots. I always do this, I know. This chair, I gotta get a new one. Glad to have you all here, and if you're here, please hit the like button. You know I appreciate the love. I am not a fan of this background. I probably won't keep it for long. My vibe is more of like darker. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 still. It reminds me of, like, you know how in Hansel and Gretel the witch had the candy house? That's what it reminds me of. I know it's not that, but it's still. MMC, hello. Alright, 6 spots. I'm just going to give it a few more minutes, see if it fills up, so I'm not struggling at the last. Anybody have anything interesting? Oh my gosh, I had to claim identity theft. Mercury retrograde has hit me really hard. Like, somebody was applying for all kinds of credit cards. They went on the dark web and tried to change my information. It's been freaking crazy. I do not enjoy this Mercury retrograde at all. It's not my favorite. I do not know why anybody would want my identity, but hey, I guess. Six spots. Hey, princess. All right, 5 spots. I mean, I don't know. All I know is, like, I have all kinds of, like, credit apps that track everything that happens with my credit. So, like, the first day, it was, like, 2 people were applying for credit cards in the same day. And then, like, the next day, it gave an alert that there was a hit off of the dark web. So, I guess, the apps trace, like, any kind of activity, especially since I had to claim, like, identity theft. Hello. Maribel, hello. So I had to put a freeze on everything. It's been a pain in the ass. Pretty in pink, Fabby, hello. 1 spot left. Laureen, you got the last spot. Alright. Okay, so we can start now. Free list is closed. Alright, hello. What is your question? And I'm sorry that the list closed right before you came. But I am on 3 days a week, so just catch me another day. I'll be back Friday. Good to have you here, though. Thank you for joining. Oh, Laureen is on the skip 3 list? Okay. Never mind. I guess Sammy, is it Sammy or the last Narni? I don't know. Who is the last person? I think they may have already got off, but thank you, M, for your 2 donations, love. Oops, I wrote it right on top of the other one. I'm trying to get closer so I can see the name, but let me put my glasses on. Yes, this is Samaya. Samaya, are you still here? They might have already jumped off. We'll see. Alright. So, what is your first question? And thank you, Culture, for your donation. You'll go after M. That does not look right. Whatever. Y'all get the point. Y'all get the point. What was your first question, M? Thank you. Okay, so that's your two questions, or is that... Okay, energies for December. And then general love. Okay, let's go. Let's see, what are your energies for December? It looks like you're making some sort of judgment call this month, which is kind of setting you free, excitement. Well, let's see. Ten of Pentacles. Lovers. Empress. Justice. Eight of Wands. Okay. So December, it looks like... I'm going to clarify first because I got to figure out what this is. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. So the energy for December is like you're walking away from heavy burdens and you're like, I don't care how I'm going to do it. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to make things better. I'm going to start making better choices for myself, especially with the Ten of Pentacles lovers. I feel like in the past you may have settled because I've got the Knight of Cups, right? You were settling for something that just wasn't on your same vibration. On the surface, yeah, it looked great. The stories they wove, the things they said looked amazing, right? Especially it looks like either a Libra's involved or during Libra season something happened to where you realized like you were kind of living in a fantasy land trying to get somebody to catch up with you. So what I get is like you're moving forward. You're like, I don't care how long it's going to take. I don't care how many people I've got to go through. I don't care what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to put myself in an unbalanced situation again. So I feel like November, maybe you're trying to catch your footing or trying to find some sort of balance in your life. But December looks like you're charging forward. And I have the Emperor here. So it looks like you're like, I'm moving forward. And until I find this Emperor, which is not saying that the Emperor isn't coming towards you, but it's more of like you're setting yourself into motion towards an Emperor. You're like, yeah, that the past was great. It was cool, whatever. And no hard feelings. I still got love for it. But it was just an illusion. And so with the fact that you've recognized that this is an illusion, automatically it's set some kind of balance into the universe to say like, okay, she figured it out. She got the lesson. And that's why you're standing as the Emperor. I feel December is going to be a very happy time for you. I feel like you're transmuting a lot of the heavy energy that maybe you're feeling now or have been feeling lately into something more positive. It looks like a lot of family, a lot of love, a lot of balance, a lot of just an energy of moving past all of whatever 2025 has given you. So that's what I've got for the general energies. But with the Emperor here, it looks like you're like, I'm bossing up the Emperor and the Empress. You know, I'm an Empress. I don't need a knight. I don't need a page. I don't need some bullshit. Like, I'm waiting for the real thing. And which is balancing the energies to where the universe said, okay, she got it. She learned the lesson. Congratulations. All right, now she can handle an Emperor. Because an Emperor doesn't want somebody that, you know, is fearful and doesn't know themselves and doesn't set healthy boundaries for themselves, because It just wouldn't match, right? So that's what I got for the symbol. Jean says specifically, it took 11 minutes. I love you, Jean. You are so just on it. Alright, so, general love. Let's see. Excuse me. Hey, Jason. Four of Wands kind of peeking out here. So maybe somebody's sneaking up on you. Let's see. It's funny because it's kind of like a continuation of last. So this is like part 2 is what they're telling me. Oh. Okay. Alright. Well, from what it looks like, first off, is, like I said, you're kind of setting the bar high. And it looks like some people are, maybe even just one person is sneaking back in, right? Like trying to be like, I'm here, I'm back. You know, like, I don't know if they're coming in saying they're better, but I do think it's going to be like a surprise, right? The way they show me is the Knight of Cups, which I told you in the last part, you said, I don't want that. Seven of Swords, another thing you don't want. The Tower, and the Devil. So, it looks like Spirit's like gonna let this happen, but only to totally tear it down. Only to completely just no open doors, no questions asked. So I feel like you're gonna have a conversation or something with the person that sits in the Nine of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Seven of Swords, and the Devil. Especially with the Tower, you're gonna tear it down. I don't know how this is gonna happen or whatever, but it's setting you up for this Four of Wands, though, because that's the second time I've seen the Four of Wands. And I think whoever this is feels cold without your energy. They could write this lovely, like, letter or bring you a gift or something, you know, trying to make up for, I got it now, you know, that kind of thing. But it's because they feel that you're moving on. And if they don't try now, they're going to lose forever. Again, the Knight of Cups. This person is not an Emperor. This person is a Knight of Cups. We get it, Spirit. Ten of Wands. This is what you're leaving behind. You're tired of these slow-moving Knight of Pentacles. The ones that never get there. And it just becomes a hassle. Why they're dragging themselves back here to, like, you know, I'm still here kind of thing. They just can't reach you, and that's bothering them. So why they're showing me this as far as your general love, I think it's just you're going to take a stand. Nine of Cups, like, you know what you want now, and this ain't it, you know. And like I said, they're just trying to be like, don't go anywhere, don't leave, listen to my bullshit one more time, and feed back into the illusion. Come on, I want you bound. It's just crazy. Five of Cups, Four of Cups, the Seven of Cups. Illusion. It's like something that they casted the shadow of, and you can never reach it. You know, like, they'll never reach it. So, unfortunately, Spirit was just kind of warning you that, like, there's some return energy here. It looks like they're going to come in real sweet, and I got what you were saying now. I get it now. Let's try to do this different. And maybe that's why in December it showed you being like, I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm better than that. I also feel like December is going to be very abundant for you. But I guess, this has been a 9 year. So it's singular. I feel this is clearing out and setting up for like your true wants, your true desires, your true needs. And so the good is coming. It's just clearing out all this debris that, needs to GTFO. But that's what I got for you, babe. And hello, Geetha. Sorry, the free list is closed. And yes, I do know you. And I love that. You be keeping records. Receipts, all of it. Alright, culture. Alright, and thank you for your next donation. You'll be after culture. Okay, your roommate's boyfriend. Okay, help about how to talk to her about this. Alright, let's see. And you're right, yes, that is unsafe. You know what I would do? I would put a post-it note on the door. Don't forget to lock when somebody leaves, like some kind of reminder. But let's see what Spirit has to say. I'm kind of getting like just when you do address it with them, make sure it comes from like a loving place, just to be like, I have things here I don't want to lose, especially my life. The world is kind of crazy right now. It's getting very interesting, right? And people that have more, people that don't kind of watch the ones that have a lot, right? And so you never know who's watching what's going on, especially if it's a pattern. They could see the in and out or whatever. I just feel like the way that you address it to her would be basically to like let her know we don't want to put ourselves in danger. Like, I don't care that your boyfriend leaves in the middle of the night. That's cool and all, whatever. But there's so many things that could happen if you don't, so kind of like I said, put a reminder, because sometimes in the middle of the night we ain't thinking correctly, especially if we expended our energy on somebody else, and it's just like, oh, I love you, blah, blah, kisses and hugs, whatever. And it just, maybe that's not a habit of hers. So the more that you can just instill in her, like, I'm not saying it to be mean, I'm not trying to pick a fight or anything like that. I just want us to be safe. Spirit's like, you have the tools necessary to do this. Just think of like a creative way to remind her at the door that, hey, lock it. That's it. Just lock it. It's just you, like, even if it's never happened before, it's not to say that it will never happen, right? So you need to let her know, like, hey, just the world in itself, I am concerned, and to make me sleep better, it would make me feel better if you just make sure the door is locked. Even if it never happens, even if nobody ever tries to, open the door or whatever, there's still the possibility that somebody sees that y'all have something and they want to come in and y'all wouldn't even know, right? It doesn't have to be a fight. I would just say, like, think of something creative, and also when you do tell her, just tell her from a place of love. Don't like get mad or um think of a creative way. I'm trying to think, like, maybe some glow in the dark paint. Because it might be dark, you know, you might not be able to see it posted, but some kind of light or something, maybe to remind her. But I don't think it's like something that they're gonna take personally or anything like that. It's just gonna be like, there's all kinds of ways to, I think, you know, the more, if you tell her, it's gonna click on in her head eventually, just if it becomes a pattern. Like I said, a lot of people, you know, especially people that lived in like safe areas and they never had to deal with theft or crime or anything like that, they don't think about stuff like that. So it's a good habit to get into for sure, especially if you feel unsafe. But I hope that helps. Yeah, and the guy should be like, you know, lock the door. But in this culture, nowadays, like, I'm sorry to say it, but their mamas didn't teach them correctly, so we gotta catch up. All right, Em, I got your question. Are you still here? I just want to make sure. Okay. Thank you, Stephanie. You'll go after M. All right. Let's see. Okay. And what Spirit's saying is like, first of all, it's not a good idea. Like, yeah, it would be nice for that to be a possibility, right? But if you have an emperor coming, an emperor is not going to want you to be friends with your exes. The only reason that we would stay friends with exes is if we left the door open. And Spirit gave me death, the tower, the five of wands, the hermit card, nine of cups, page of wands. Like, yeah, I kind of feel like this person, if you put them in the friend zone, they would come back around and try to make it like a friends with benefits. Like, it would never just be friendly. Because I don't think that they honestly respected you as a friend to begin with. Because friends don't treat friends a certain way, right? And I kind of feel like what they're telling me is like, sure, in the future they could grow up and, you know, maybe when they're stable or whatever, maybe you two could cross paths again. But if you're looking for a real man's not going to want you to be friends with, especially a recent ex. You know, that's what you got to think about. Is it worth being friends with him Maybe. Maybe. But it looks like it would bring more conflict into your life, especially with what is coming for you. Nine of Pentacles. It's like Spirit's kind of saying, like, if you're going to be single, you need to be single. Because keeping people in the friend zone sometimes is keeping the door cracked. Right? And if you're keeping the door cracked for things from the past, or even like entertaining the idea, you're kind of blocking things still. I understand the want to be friends with exes, right? Like the want is definitely there. But Spirit's like, this is the second time they showed me the King of Pentacles and the Four of, like, okay, the last time they showed me the King of Pentacles, it was with the Five of Wands. This time they showed me the King of Pentacles with the Four of Pentacles. So it's like, I wouldn't do it, right? It's going to cause conflict. Like, if you're holding on to something, the idea that someday you two could be friends, there's kind of no purpose in being friends. It's like, you got to end it. Now, that's not to say 5 years from now you're single, they're single, and y'all run into each other again, and y'all catch up on things to be friendly. Yeah, maybe. But if you want a real man, if you want a husband, the exes really aren't even something that should be a consideration. Because they show me the Tower, the Death card, the Hermit, like all nines. Like, for yourself, for the love of yourself, or for the love of God, don't do it. That's kind of what they're telling me here. I mean, not to say it's not possible, but Spirit's like, if you're going to shut the door all the way. Because sometimes keeping them there could block you from being able to get to where you want to go. Without, conflict. Like, if you want peace, it's probably not a good idea. But I know, like, we want to, I mean, you can end things amicably, you could, no hard feelings kind of thing. Like, yeah, we'll check on each other every now and again, maybe in the future. But I kind of feel like it's just best to, like, clean the slate, I guess. And I hope that makes sense, but... Alright, Stephanie, hold on 1 second. Like, we don't do it to be mean, Lauren, but it's almost like we've got to clear space for people that are actually going to be here, And not to say you can never come back, it's just... That's what we've done. It's like if you've missed 3 in a row, then we make you miss 3 more. It's just the way it is. All right, Stephanie. Yeah. I think it's just something that Spirit's like, it's not a good idea, But, alright, so... Let's see. And thank you for being understanding, Lorraine. It's not anything horrible. Like, nobody's mad or upset. Alright, Jonathan's current feelings, next actions. Okay. So, And with Jonathan, it's kind of giving me, you're too, okay, I don't want to say this where it's going to offend you or anything like that. Just listen. They think you're too much for them. You shine too bright for them. They're stuck in a repetitive loop of, it's just too hard to get to what I want. I don't, it gives me kind of like, they should be elevating. They should be choosing things that are better. But it's almost like if it's not hard, I don't, how do you say it? Maybe you made it too easy on them. Because the way that they see it in their mind is things that are as good as what they consider you to be are always unattainable to them. And I think it's because of their fear loop. Like, they're constantly in this fear loop of, I want things like this. I want to go after her, but I can't get there. And so it's like that self-doubt that I'm not good enough on the inside. So they rather go with things that are easy. Things that don't ask them to elevate or don't really go anywhere. They're very surface level things. Because I have the Star and the Ten of Wands, right? And to me, that's like, I can't. It's too much. It's too much to get there. You're kind of on a different level. Seven of Wands. Like, you expect things. You expect people to show up. And they're like, I just can't. Eight of Swords. Sun. Like, you're just too bright. I can't get there. Every time they show me the positive, they give me, like, why they can't. So, I don't see any actions, honestly. I see the want for it. But what they're saying is, like, even if they were to, right, you wouldn't want them. You would cut them off. It's almost like, why try? Because eventually she's going to see the real me and all the baggage I come with, and she's going to cut me off anyway, right? Again, the Eight of Swords, it's just like every time they show me something positive, like healing, like the need to heal, they're like, I can't. I'm stuck. I don't know how to get out of this loop I've spun, right? Like, even if I think you're the best person, especially if I think you're the best person for me, I can't do it. I'll never get there. She asked, and so it turns into, you're too much. And unfortunately, some people just don't deserve the things that you have to offer. I do feel at some point they're going to try to come back, but they're going to do it with, like, not even a balanced energy again. It's going to be like that back and forth, you know? Like, as much as they want you, they can't have you. And they're just stuck in, like, that poverty mindset that I'll never obtain anything better than what I've seen before, kind of thing, you know? And you would just be there waiting for them to mature, waiting for them to catch up. And I know you want kids, you want a life, you want a husband, you want, you know, you don't want to be my age and not have somebody, you know what I mean? So it's like, my advice would be, like, get away as fast as you can, because the way that they're built seems to be that they don't, they're like, I'll never have it, so why even try? So it's like, they're not going to try. They're just going to say they'll try and then not do it, because they're like, yeah, I'll never get there anyway. What's the point? And it's kind of sad, but I mean, that could just be today's energy. I don't really know. And it's not that they don't think about you. It's not that they don't want you. It's that they're just stuck on some bullshit. But I hope that makes sense. Don't say what? What did I do? What did I say? I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what I said. What did I say that I shouldn't say? Alright, hello. Let's see. Since your last two readings focused on love, you're not. I'm curious now. What is this? 2026. Oh. No, somebody made that comment the other day, you know? Like, I don't want to be your age and not have anybody or whatever. But. It's okay. It's alright. Like, I don't mind being single at all. I don't. Sometimes, yeah, whatever. But, I'm okay with it. Alright, let's see. 2026 love for hello. A big change in the love life. It looks like maybe in the past you were settling for anybody that would pay you any kind of attention. And I'm not saying that, like, you just weren't valuing yourself, right? You were just like, okay, I'll entertain it. I'll see what they want. And that's not bad. It's just, you've kind of grown and you've seen that, like, the ones that were coming around just wanted you for whatever, you know, like they were in and out. They weren't something to hold on to. But because you've kind of separated yourself from, you know, like people that you know are not going to give you what it is that you want, the ones that are in and out, I feel like you've kind of held to yourself. Maybe you've been celibate, maybe even just keeping to yourself a lot. Love is going to open up to you, a new love, a big change. But that's because you've recognized your worth and you're not settling for it anymore. And I know it sounded horrible. Sometimes it comes out and I'm like, why? I didn't mean it, like, you know, because some people get offended, and I didn't mean it that way. Because we've all been in that period of our life where, or not everybody maybe, but where we've settled for things we knew weren't good for us. But something better is coming. All right. You're welcome, babe. General for December. And thank you for always being first. Hello. I just have to say that. You are amazing. You just show up all the time. All right. General. Thank you, Jason. You'll go after I do Mary Jane. Hold on. General for December. Well, I am so glad that you enjoy the honesty, because that's all you're going to get from me. I don't sugarcoat. I just, sometimes my mouth will get me in trouble. I think it's because I'm like Gen X. All right. I kind of feel like you're getting, like, anxious, right? Like maybe you've been stuck in a loop of like, I'm not going to say waiting, but maybe too scared to really get out there, maybe. Maybe you've been in a period of like reflection, trying to find yourself, where you want to go. There's something I feel like you've thought about for a long time, but in December it looks like you're putting it into action. Um, and that could be like you've wanted to move for the past 4 years and you've thought about it and you've read about it and you just didn't do anything. Well, this is the time that you're going to do that. And I see some kind of movement. So it's either like maybe you've been wanting to travel, maybe you've been wanting to go somewhere, like get out. The main thing is like you're getting out. Maybe you've been in hermit mode and you're like, I can't do this anymore. I need some interaction with people. I need to get out there. So there's something that either has been on hold or you've just, been in a period of stagnation and you're like, I got to get out of it. So I feel either that or you've been contemplating leaving somebody alone. You are like, I'm tired and I'm sick and tired of this. Like, I'm not doing it anymore. It's too toxic. And you make that decision and you're out, right? So whatever it is, it does feel like it's something that you've thought about for a very long time. And now you're like setting it into motion. All right, Jason. Let's do you now. Let me align myself here. Your girl's in like sweatpants today. How did the Aries feel about you and your date? Let's see. Okay, I'm hot. Sorry. Taking the jacket off. Alright. How do they feel about you and the date? Let's see. So, how do I say this? This person wants so bad to be in a relationship, but they're not ready for one. They're gonna try, right? I think they did enjoy the date. But the reason why they're dating is for all the wrong reasons. They want a connection, yes, with you. And they're going to pursue it. They do feel, the chemistry. They feel the attraction. But, okay, let me just tell you the cards I have. The High Priestess, the Five of Cups, the Four of Wands, the Devil, and the Ace of Wands. And at the bottom was the Nine of Cups. Kind of gives me that this person has a hole within them that they're trying to fill with like external things, right? Like, if I do this, it's going to make me feel whole. If I do this, it's going to make me feel secure. I do feel they did enjoy it and they did think that, like there's potential. In some sense, it is, like what they want. King of Cups, Three of Wands. Like, yeah, the way that you love is the way that they want to be loved. But I think, like, the reason behind it is just not, the right reasons. You showed up. Maybe you gave them flowers. Maybe you, took them to a nice place. You're very sweet, kind, Prince Charming-ish. But I do feel like they're still kind of stuck in the past, crying over like a past relationship. or just, whatever trauma that left them empty. You're secure, you're stable, and they see that. They see, like, with you, their heart is safe. But it just feels like, okay, so the Seven of Pentacles, it's like they're going to invest a little bit and see what happens. But they're investing it from, like I said, like the devil, fear, need, want. Could be obsession even. I don't really get that, but I think right now their main focus should be them, but it's kind of like outwardly. I don't really understand this person. They had a good time. Yeah, they did. They enjoyed themselves. But they've got some weird energy here. So maybe it's just spirit trying to look out for you. Like, yeah, you're a great guy. Yeah, they should be happy to see that there's somebody that would be there for them. But, like, Spirit's like, do you really want to waste your time with somebody that's stuck kind of in a karmic loop of doing things for all the wrong reasons? Because I'm sure you've been there before. You know how it feels to be, like, trying to have the world validate your existence. you know and it could just be, maybe they're just, they're fearful of really connecting because of their past. Maybe they had a lot of fear come up in the middle of the date or something, but it shows they want to do it, they want to try it. It's just they keep giving me these weird, like, back and forth energies. So they could just be unsure of how to feel. Like, I don't know. That's an Aries for you. Yeah, they like the chase. They like the... Okay, that's an unhealed Aries. I will tell you that. I know when I hadn't gone through any kind of healing, my Venus in Aries got me in a lot of trouble. Thank God it didn't get me in too much trouble, but it did. Because it was a game. It was the excitement. It was the thrill. But it was toxic. And I'm kind of seeing that that's kind of where she's at. So, I mean, if you just want the thrill and you just want the whatever, then go for it. But I think you deserve better than that. All right, Irene. And thank you so much, Jason, for being here. Yes. They go after the ones that are unattainable most of the time. Alright, so Irene, what was your question? Let me see. I seen it. TiVo miss about you. Let's see. What does TiVo miss about you? It's kind of like they miss the roller coaster. Like, they miss the good times and they miss the bad times. And kind of in between both. Like, I miss the times where we were just having a great time. But I also miss the times that we were fighting or arguing or not understanding each other. they kind of miss, I guess, the unknown. Like it just, I mean, and I'm sure a lot of it had to do with them, but they still miss it. Like they miss that up and down. Um, I learned something the other day. I was watching this guy. He's like a CIA profiler, and he said you can always tell if you're being gaslit by a narcissist, or it's like you meet somebody and you have a conversation with them and you feel like, oh my gosh, this is me and another person. Like, this was amazing. This conversation, you feel so connected, right? The moment that you walk away from it, you don't feel that excitement anymore. It's almost like a withdrawal because it was like an endorphin boost. If it's a real connection, you'll still feel the same about that when you leave it, if that makes any sense. I thought that was very interesting. You watched it too? I was like, that makes sense because it's like a drug. You know, as soon as the drug wears off, it's like, what is this reality? You know, like snap back. Um, that was like that's interesting, and that's why a lot of people go back for it because of that endorphin rush. And I'm not saying that that was you or TiVo, but it's kind of like he misses the roller coaster. All right, so sorry, I thought that was just that was interesting. What does Mario really want from you? It's almost like they want some kind of balance with you. It's almost like they have a sense of like overthinking, never being able to make a decision. Nine of Swords, Two of Wands, Two of Pentacles. It's almost like they want you to balance them out. Maybe they have questions that they need answered, or it's kind of like they expect you to or want you to make their life less chaotic, or show them what they need to see in order to make a choice or make a decision. Kind of like direct them, maybe. Like they want you to teach them. Teach them how. That's odd. Okay. With all the twos, it's like they want you to. Maybe they want you to stress them out. I don't know. That was weird. This person feels very unbalanced, so maybe they just want you to feel that way. Yeah, I agree, Jean. That makes sense. Next 7 days for a doctor. All right, babe. With the Fool, the Moon, and the Empress. An unexpected beginning in something that's going to be beneficial for you. Um, okay, like for instance, let's say you've been with this guy recently and like unexpectedly you find out you're pregnant. You weren't even thinking about it, right? It's unexpected like that, like an unexpected surprise. But it's a good one, it's not a bad one. It just feels like you weren't expecting it. Now, if that's a possibility, then you might find out you're pregnant. So, something like that. Alright. Andresa. I don't know. It just feels like they're stressed out, Angelic, and they want you to, like, help them. Help balance them. I don't know. You're welcome, Doctor. Andresa. I mean, I'm sure they don't want you to stress them out, but you never know. Sometimes men like that. Like, they go after women because they do make them feel like uneasy or throw them off of balance. Andresa. Okay, Rachel. Not Andresa. Andresa missed it. I think Rachel's missed a few too. Like, she's here and then she's not. That felt good. I literally felt it pop like all the way up my spine. That was amazing. I have to try that again. I need to be bent backwards. Like, I'd probably fall and bust my neck, but I wish I could do that. Like one of those back bends. Mystical. I agree. What she thinks about it. All right, let's see. Let's see. What does your grandmother think about you in this Sagittarius? Now that she's on the other side and can see everything. Let's see. Thank you, Denise. Alright, you're not gonna like the answer. I got the Two of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Emperor, and the Nine of Cups. She says, this ain't it, baby. You deserve so much better than this. It's time to love yourself right now. More than anything else. Because, yes, eventually you are going to have an emperor. But the way that she said it to me was, this ain't it. This ain't it, baby. This ain't it. It kind of sounded like almost like a Louisiana accent. I don't know how to say it, but baby, no. Anyways, this ain't it, baby. It just ain't it. Don't shoot the messenger. That's just the way that I heard it. All right. Yeah. You're welcome. All right, Denise. What did JT feel about the date from Monday night? Let's see. You know what? I am going to look at this deck. And I just want to put this out there. The reason why, if you miss your turn, you don't get to ask is because the whole point of me coming live and doing free readings is so that y'all will be here and giving me watch hours and time. And yes, I want to read for you, but at the same time, I don't want to waste my time for people that aren't even staying to be here for me. You understand? And it's nothing against it, because I understand things happen. But you've also got to respect my time the way that I respect yours. So that's all. Anyways, all right. Let's do this. All right. Hold on. Damn. Okay. The way that they're telling me is like, there's some kind of like intimacy or some kind of like closeness between the two of you. Like, they feel like y'all have done this before, or there's some kind of familiarity between the two of you, almost like a do-over. And I don't know how else to say that. It's you give them this feeling of like forever, and it's just beginning. But not just this forever. It feels like forever and ever and ever. I have the Artist, the Ace of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Ten of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Six of Cups. And then the Two of Cups on the bottom, the Judgment card. And if you think about the Judgment card is like rising up from death. And the Death card wanted to show up too, so it's almost like death didn't even separate this. Okay. That's really deeper than I thought a date would go. But hey, I'm going to tell you what I see. Even if they don't tell you this, I feel like they feel it on some level. Like, my soul recognizes your soul. Okay. The way that they say it is like, this person might not usually be open to the idea of forever or like reincarnation, or, you know, when people talk about soulmates and things like that. Like, they're very logical normally. But something about you changed something, and Four of Wands. Okay. The Star. The Ten of Cups. The Ace of Cups. And it scares them. It scares them. But they're also at the same time, even though it scares them, they're like, YOLO, I'm in for it. I want to keep doing this. And it's funny, I got the King of Swords and I split it to the Queen. No, I had the King of Swords and I split it to the King of Swords. Or vice versa. King and Queen of Swords showed up. Temperance, Sun. There's a weird energy here. I mean, I don't know if, like, when you met them, you felt the same thing. Like, I don't know. It just feels so good. But hopefully it's, like, not like we were talking about earlier where you end up with a sociopath and they... And when you walk away, you don't feel it anymore. The endorphin connection. But no, from them, no. I don't. They're being pretty serious. Because I don't think this person is normally the one that's going to say something like that, but they did. And thank you, Burton, for your donation, love. Alright. I hope you understood that. Oh, thank you, Nana. You said that's surprising? It surprised me too. You know what? He showed me the King of Swords. King of Swords is cold. The King of Swords is like... But maybe he was cold because he was so confused of like what he was feeling. I don't know. Because, like I said, the King of Swords normally doesn't think like that. They're normally very stoic and cold and just logical. But, I don't know. You're welcome. Okay, you want to know work in November, Burton? Got you. Give me 1 second. Let me shuffle these back in. Let's see. Let's use this one. Work through November. Let me clarify real quick before I say anything, because it looks like there's somebody around you, right? Or maybe at your job that when they're in your face, they're all lovey, you know, like they like you. They're very nice to you. But I think they have an agenda. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. There's something big changing from what I can see. Maybe right now there's a lot of conflict, backstabbing, a lot of like weird energy. And Spirit's like, the best thing you can do is like make sure you have a backup plan or like somewhere to go if shit hits the fan. Because it feels like there's something about somebody smiling in your face and trying to keep you blocked at the same time. And maybe your ego wants to believe that this person has your best interest at heart, but they really don't. And Spirit's like, the best thing for you to do is just like, kind of move away from it. And I don't know if you know who I'm talking about. It's kind of like you have to move away from the conflict and not say anything in order to keep from everything crumbling. I don't know how to say that. This is very strange. I feel a lot of like stress, anxiety, worry. And I don't know if that's you or whoever's in charge of this. I'm so confused. Is it Donnie? I don't know. I just, if you know their sign, there's a lot of Leo energy here. This just feels like somebody's trying to keep you blocked behind your back. Like maybe they're telling somebody that you're not doing your job, or because they want to win, and that's the only way they know how to win. But for you, it's saying the best thing you can do is just like keep to yourself during this time, because something's coming to light, something is about to crumble, and it kind of feels like whoever this person is setting themselves up for a fall. And if you maybe react to them or step, I don't know, it's like if there's chaos, move away from it. If there's like some kind of conflict, competition, whatever, maybe keep to yourself for the rest of November, because I've got the Ten of Swords and the Tower. Like, it. And the reason why I tell you to stay away, because they show me the Strength card twice. And the Six of Swords, Four of Swords. Like, just stay as far out of this conflict as you can, because the ones that are in it look like they're about to be removed, or it's going to end for them. I hope that makes sense, but this is kind of like a lot for this small amount of cards. I just kind of feel like you don't need to worry as long as you're keeping your ego in check here. And maybe this is like somebody that's been doing you dirty is about to be exposed and removed from the place of work. That's the only thing I can see, really. But after, I think Sagittarius season is going to be a lot better for you. I feel there's an opportunity coming your way. So I would just hang tight. Just let whatever this is clear out. You'll be in a better position come, I'd say, like December. You're aligning with something that you've been wanting. Because after the Tower, we got the Temperance card, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Star. So I don't know if it's like a new job opportunity, a new position, something like that. But whatever this is, it's kind of like, be careful about entertaining people's bullcrap, because the bad weeds will end up dying off. You just got to keep yourself away from it. My cards just moved by themselves. That was very weird. So, yeah. And thank you, Burton, again. Let me do Nana real quick, and then I got you. Okay, hold up. Okay. Let me do Nana, and then I got you, Burton. Hold on. Nana, Sakar, Aries, current energy. I think you've been on their mind a lot lately. They could be thinking about like how things ended between the two of you, or like coming back around. Kind of feel like they're at night, especially, you've been on their mind pretty heavy, and they're kind of weighing their options of like what they should do next. Feathers can be important. You might be seeing feathers a lot, or if you see a feather, just know they're thinking about you. All right, Burton, what was your second question? You're welcome, babe. Okay. Would it be a good idea to bring up your concerns, or should you just keep working with them? I kind of feel like you should bring it up. You should communicate it, because I think working alone is better for you. I think they might be the one that are kind of keeping you restricted. Like, they're the ones that could be like what I saw earlier, because I have the Nine of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Eight of Wands, the Ace of Coins, Three of Wands, and the Empress. And this gives me very singular energy. Like, you definitely need to communicate it, right? Eight of Wands is about communication. I feel like you've been kind of maybe storing up things about this person, like you feel uneasy around them, or there's things that have happened that it's happened more than once, right? And I definitely feel it. The more you can move away from them and do things by yourself is better for you. But let me clarify and see what else we can get. Because remember, I told you the Ace of Coins showed up before, and something had to fall off first in order for you to get there. And that's kind of like what I'm seeing. It's like maybe they're the thing that needs to fall off. Yeah, that Two of Swords, it's almost like the things that have been happening, you're not sure why they're happening. You kind of feel like stalemate, like you haven't maybe grown, like something about it just never sat right with you. But it's caused like some kind of blockage for you. And if you do address it, I think you're going to get what you want with the Four of Wands. Like you, Your job will be more secure. Your future will be more secure. Because this person low-key is like in competition with you, or trying to like do everything they can to get ahead of you. And that could be because your energy is very abundant. Maybe they know you're like next up in line to get a promotion, or people look at you a certain way and they want you to not shine so bright because you make them look smaller. So this person could be in secret competition with you. And with the Hermit, it's like you do need to separate yourself from them. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. I do see in the future something really nice happening for you, but right now you just gotta kind of separate yourself from the haters, because it feels like they might be the one that's like causing problems or causing some sort of like confusion surrounding you. But that's what I've got. I hope that helps. Alright. Venice. Yeah, and then the moon, the Queen of Cups, and the Magician came out. Like somebody is doing something that probably is about to be exposed. But it feels like they come with such a nice, loving energy, but behind the scenes, they do that to manipulate situations. So, so. Okay, what is coming towards you, Blue Butterfly? I didn't even know you were on the list, Vanilla. I'm so confused. You said nope. What is coming towards you? And Vanilla, you're not on the list, babe. I didn't even know you were here, to be honest. Alright, I feel some kind of communication is coming. It feels like it's something that's kind of been at a distance from you for a while, so, or something you've been waiting for a minute. It feels like maybe during Virgo season something happened and you haven't really heard from this person, this job, whatever it is. But I do feel there's some kind of communication coming forward. Just out of the blue. It doesn't really give me what it's about. I feel like it's going to be healing for you, though, or it's going to give you some sense of, like, peace. But I feel like you've been waiting for it, maybe. For a while. Alright. Vanilla, the free list is closed for today, babe, but I am on 3 days a week, so you can come back another time and I will be more than happy to read for you, but just not today. Yes. Alright, Mina. That's why I write it down, so when I write it down, I kind of remember the names that I call out. So, like, when something like that happens, I'm like, I didn't say that name. Alright, so Mina, question. I'd like to ask Spirit Angels the description of the partner you are destined to marry. Possibly a Scorpio. Let's see. King of Cups. Gives me a lot of water sign energy. Somebody very emotionally balanced. I think this is a person is willing to fight for the things that they want. They're a really hard worker. They're very protective over you, or they will be very protective over you and their family. Very emotionally balanced. I get either water or fire, some kind of combination between water and fire. I do feel it's going to be like a friend that turns into more, or somebody that you have built some sort of bond with before you go into marrying this person. You may have dismissed them, or it's somebody that, like, maybe when you meet them, they don't come at the right time. Like, maybe you were still hung up on somebody else kind of feeling. But they break through. Like, they'll put in the work to make you understand they're there for you. And over time, I feel like y'all will bond. Alright, LT Spiritual. General love reading on new love. Let's see. New love for LT Spiritual. The Sun. Could be a Leo. The Fool. And the Six of Cups. I see a new beginning in love for sure. Could be somebody from the past or a past life. You may not be aware right now of who this is. And if it's from the past, I'm not saying like, oh, well, it's somebody you've been with. It could have been like a missed opportunity or something like that. Could be an Aries or a Leo. Get lots of fire and water again. But I see a new beginning coming for you. You don't know it yet, but it kind of feels like it might not be this year. It might be like the beginning of next year. Like the first 6 months, somewhere in there. Alright, Stephanie. You're welcome, Mina. Thank you for being here, love. May all the blessings come your way as well. Thank you. I don't think I'm going to pop my back again. I want to, but I think I messed something up. Alright, General for my dear Stephanie. I feel like something wants to begin in your life, but you're very resistant to it. There's some kind of new beginning that's trying to start for you. And I kind of feel you pushing it away. And it could be like an energy that you're in, of like where you're still holding on to an idea of this is the way it needs to be, right? Like it's got to be like this or I don't want it at all. Be careful of being, maybe this new beginning just needs you to lower your guard a little bit and not be so resistant, because I kind of feel like you want a new beginning. It's not that you don't, it's just you don't trust, or you're not really open to it. Your energy is very closed off. Even if like you don't feel like you're closed off, you're closed off. And that could be why you may attract certain types of people. Like the people that like to chase, the people that like a challenge, the people that like, I don't know, they want the thrill of it, not necessarily like the long term. So maybe do some exercises of like how to be more open and receptive to the universe sending you something. Because I feel a very, very like, I don't know. It's almost like, how people say resting bitch face times 100. It's weird. It's like covers your whole body, not just your face. All right. All right. Who will be your next future partner, husband? Hold on. Okay. How many diamond girls next partner? Person. Her forever home. Let's see. I hear unexpected turn of events. This feels like an unexpected move. It almost feels like you move this way and this person moves this way, and you kind of meet each other unexpectedly. It's almost like you're coming out of the dark and this person's coming out of the dark, and then there's this light in the middle where you two meet. Could be a Pisces, Aquarius, Aries. I don't know. But I got the Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups at the bottom, so I don't know. I like it for you. I like it for you. I like it for you. And thank you for donating, Pixie. I appreciate you, love. No, I understand, Stephanie. I've been in that. I mean, I might even still be in that energy, to be honest. Like, but most of the time, I'm just like in la la land. It's not that I'm closed off. It's just I don't pay attention to people. I'm in my own little world, just doing my thing. All right, Pixie. Give me your question, my love. Okay, and anybody that's here, I would love to read for you, but this is the way it works. I do 25 free questions, and then I do donations too. But um, please stop posting questions, because if you're not on the list, I will not read for you today. So just come back another day. All right, what is coming next for Anthony and you? The free list is closed for today, love, but I am on 3 days a week. Just come back another day and I'll be happy to read for you. If you can get on the free list. I have 25 spots each time. Alright. What is coming next for you and Anthony? I definitely see change on the horizon for you and them, babe. But I'm going to be honest with you. I think intuitively you either know that this person is like, you don't necessarily trust them. You know they have a lot of fears. Maybe you know that I don't know, there's always some sort of, like, you can't depend on them. There's always, like, they'll come in and they'll go out and you're the one kind of left to be sad. I think you care about this person a lot, yes. But I also feel that you know intuitively that in the past or even in the present they weren't able to offer you what it was, because either they had addictions, they had a lot of fear, they had a lot of like commitment issues or whatever. They always leave you with a sense of like questioning, is the way I feel. Now there is change on the horizon, but from what I'm getting, I get more silence than I do get change. Let me see. Okay. Now, if I've read for you before, or if you've seen, a lot of my readings, I will always be 100 with you. I will always tell you the truth of what I see. What I'm seeing is this person is going to come in and, like, almost promise you forever. Talk about marriage, talk about kids, talk about all the things that you really maybe want to hear. But it's kind of like, it's their way of keeping you in this loop. Because I feel like they come in and they tell you all the beautiful things and then they're out. And so you're stuck sitting there waiting. Spirit's like, right now the most important thing for you to do, I have the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles, is really focus on what's going to make you happy. And really like ask yourself, can you see this person changing enough to meet you there? Like being able to give you what it is. So maybe some self-reflection is needed, right? Especially if they do come in offering you forever. I would say definitely give it time, because I do see change. But is it the right kind of change? Because the Devil, the 5 of Wands, the 5 of Cups, it looks like they come with a lot of conflict. And I think you know this on some level, because I have the moon, the Queen of Cups, and the High Priestess. It's like, I know it, but I don't care. Uh, I know they hide stuff, but it's okay. Um, it's really time for you to choose your self-love from what Spirit is showing me. Now, this could just be the energy today, but I would say if this person does come in offering forever, it could be that they want it to be, but give it time. Like, go off of their actions, not off of their words, because I don't see them ready yet for what they're saying that they're gonna offer, right? And I can't say yes or no off of this. All I can say is, like, I think you have the answers to your question already. Um, and I think that's why Spirit said, like, to redirect the question back to yourself. Are you being treated the way that you deserve? Is this person showing up for you the way that you would show up for them? And yes, people have different love languages. But regardless, you know what you want out of a partner. Are they giving you that? Do you feel respected? Do you feel that, like, they're giving you what you are wanting, basically? So I would say just go back to your wants and your desires and really think about it. Like, can you do this forever? Don't you think there's better out there if they're not showing up for you? But I'm always gonna tell you the truth. So even if it's not rainbows and sunshine, I'll tell you. So, well, like I said, it could just be a weird energy right now, but that's what I got. A lot of times that's like a manipulation, though. Is like, people will tell you, oh, I want to have your babies, I want you to have my babies, I want you to marry me. They talk about all the things that they know that you want, but you never get to the point to where things progress to the point that that's a possibility. It's gaslighting, really. It's love bombing. And it takes a lot to, you know understand that on some level. All right, Jazz, are you still here, love? And I'm ready for freaking Mercury retrograde to go back forward or whatever, because I don't like retrogrades in Scorpio. It's just some nonsense. I don't like it at all. I try to stay positive. I try. Just, I don't know. Me and Mercury have this thing. Okay, you have an exam for a permanent job. Are you scared? Don't be scared. It's gonna be fine. Just be careful, babe. Just be careful. Yes, direct. I want Mercury to go direct. That's what it is. All right, let's see how your traveling is gonna go, and your quiz thing. The Star and the Justice is gonna go great. I see you being a little nervous, but overall I think you're gonna do fine. Um, okay. overall, the trip I think is going to go well, but be careful of letting your fear or like your anxiety mess up the way that you present yourself, I guess you could say, right? Don't, because especially if you're going to take an exam, right? Sometimes if you get too much in your head and you worry about like, oh my gosh, am I going to pass? What's going to happen? Then you might like mess yourself up. And Spirit's basically like, you got this. You got this. Intuitively, you know, you got this. Even if this job is not the one for you, it doesn't turn out to be the job for you, um, you got this. Just, you need to relax. Because I think if you may have a thing of like getting too much in your head, second guessing yourself, not going with like your first instinct when it comes to like taking tests and stuff like that. Don't let your fear like make you a little bit imbalanced. But I definitely feel that you're gonna get your desired outcome as long as you can just breathe. It's not that serious. Sometimes we take things too seriously and we mess them up. You know, it's like just have a good time. You know, with it. Just trust yourself. You got this. Alright, general for MMC. And thank y'all for staying. I know sometimes it gets to be lengthy, but I appreciate the ones who do stay and for their questions and have their questions ready. Alright, MMC, here we go. Okay. I think there's something that is kind of resurfacing from your past, and it doesn't have to be like a love interest or anything like that. This could be some kind of like wound coming to the surface, and so I feel like it's time to really assert yourself. You've grown past certain things from your past. Don't re-pick up things that you've already let go of in some sense, right? Like, because I feel like right now is the time to really protect yourself, because there could be some things trying to either drag you back down because they're having a hard time, and it could just be communicating very straight and to the point with people. Like, I don't have time for this. Maybe there's a lot of people like wanting your attention all at once or wanting you to do things for them. And maybe in the past you were a people pleaser, so you'd always show up for everybody. And Spirit's like, now is the time to really get rid of like all the extra things you do that you really don't need to be doing. I guess, I hope that makes sense. But alright. Princess. You're welcome. M, are you still here? What grounding exercises do you need to work on or to do more of? Okay. I think you need to work on cord cutting. clearing energies that are still attached to you, associated with like loss. Um, I also feel you need to connect more with the moon. Maybe meditation. There's things that are still kind of lingering in your energy. And I think it keeps you in a place of always wanting to know all the answers. Um, Maybe trusting more in the universe and the unknown will help you to feel more grounded. Because I feel like because you've been through so many hurts and betrayals that sometimes you forget to trust that you're being supported through all of this. Everything has a purpose and a reason. So it doesn't matter what the outcome is going to be. It's more of just enjoying the moment. So something that will bring you more into the present state and trusting that what leaves your life needs to just, fall off. So maybe some cord cutting, some energy cleansing, connecting with the moon, but also trying to accept the unknown and enjoy the unknown. Surprises are good because I have the High Priestess, the Ten of Swords, and the Moon. Um, and yeah, that's that's what. Oh, that's okay, Culture. I'll see you next time, babe. We thought you left. All right, Mary Bale. All right, Fabi. Okay. Who else was it? All right. Oh, you were writing. Okay. Good night, love. Pretty in pink. What are bees? What are bees' true thoughts and feelings? I feel like they keep you as an option. Um, I don't know. It's like they always feel pulled back to you for a reason, I guess. But it seems like they always go after somebody else, almost. Um, I don't know how else to say that. Like you're a choice of theirs. But it's like there's a reason for it. I just can't tell by 3 cards. They call you like when maybe they're in a relationship and they call you like when they're having problems with their person. And I hate to say it like that. It feels like backup plan. Maybe you're just too good for them. That's what it is. You're too good for them, princess. He's your boyfriend. He's your boyfriend. Um, I had the Four of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Lovers. But in the Lovers card, there's two women, right? And there's a man in the middle. It could mean that they've cut out other options that they had. Or maybe they've chosen you. I don't really trust what I saw, to be honest. Maybe they've been cutting out other energies. I do see they need some sort of healing, though. Next time, please let me know it's your boyfriend so I can read it correctly, because when I get the Four of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Lovers, to me that gives me, like, when I don't have, I don't know, like, maybe they're trying to calm down, like, the impulsive parts of themselves. But I can't tell you off of 3 cards. That's all I got, babe. I'm so sorry. Now that could be what it is. It's like they always come back. Alright, let me get, who is the one? Hold on. I did just call her, though. I'm going to do Maribel. Whatever. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Okay. Will you see G before the year ends? Next time, just make sure to have your question ready. I don't think you will. I think they're, I don't think you'll talk to them by the end of the year. I still feel some kind of distance, even though there's still a connection there, or the want for something with you there. But I kind of don't see anything by the end of this year. Alright. Where are we at now? Will you see your Libran person during the Christmas holidays? Yes, I do feel like you will. It might take some, like, effort for them to make time, or for you to make time. But I do feel like you will. Alright. No, I just answered it, so you cannot change it. I do feel you will see them. Alright, Samaya. Alright, Jean, what do you want to know, babe? Let's get this done and done. You're welcome. You said the Christmas holidays, so what I's feelings and next actions are. You didn't talk today. Well, boo hoo hoo on him. Let's see. You will talk to him. Today, no talking. You already told me that. Okay, let's see. Six of Wands. I told you, he wants victory with you. It's almost like he wants you to see him the way that he sees you. Or he wants you to reveal how you feel. He's very unsure of your feelings. He knows that you give him attention, but I also think you give a lot of people attention. You talk to a lot of people. Not that you talk to them like, oh, whatever. Not that you're interested in a lot of people, but I do feel you do talk to a lot of people. And so he's unsure if like you have feelings for him, or is it just who you are. He's a little bit confused about that. But he does want you to reveal more of like maybe even treat him different than you treat other people so he can understand or something. He intuitively feels you have feelings for him, but he can't say for sure. That's the way it's giving me. So you got to make it clear. Yeah, I don't know what his intentions are, to be honest. Every time he shows me, just, I've gotten like hot for a teacher. Like I don't know, something about your energy inspires him. It makes him feel something. He idolizes you in some sense. But he's unsure of your feelings, just like you're unsure of his. So it could be like a mirroring of the both of you. Like you're both unsure of like where it's going or what y'all are doing with it. Minose! He showed me the Queen of Cups with the moon for you, and then the King of Cups when I split it with the moon. So I do feel he does feel feelings for you. Intentions I'm not sure of. Maybe he needs to know your intentions first, because you're kind of, it feels like you're leading this connection. Like you have to lead him, you have to teach him, you have to, I don't know. Weird. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank y'all for being here. I appreciate all the love and support. The people that stay, the people that come, the people that comment, like, donate, etc. All those things. I love you guys. And Jean, I love you. You keep track of everything. You keep me in line. I appreciate it so much. And we need to get in connection so we can get you married and babies and whatnot. He definitely likes you, my love. Yeah, I don't know. I hear you. It's all good. Anyways, I love you all. I will see y'all again on Friday. I don't know if you can see my heart, but mucho besos, besitos. And if y'all need me, you know where to reach me in the meantime. Just hit me up in my email.